Hmm. You ever make fun of any presidents? The Bible says to pray for the leaders, to pray for the kings. We should want them, whoever they are, to succeed. I see a lot of people making fun of Trump or Biden or whatever, and the Bible says not to do that. You should be praying for them instead. Pray for your family, your friends, and your enemies. I'm not saying that the president is an enemy at all. You're supposed to pray for everybody. But I see a lot of little cliques, whether you're a sinner or you're a Christian, everybody's in their own little tribe and they like to make fun of everybody that's outside of that little circle. As a Christian, you should not be that way. Everybody else is that way. You should be different. Show love, show mercy, pray for people you disagree with. You don't have to go blow to blow fighting over this and using philosophy for this or science for this. And people should know who you are. Show more love. Stop showing hate. You don't make, by being in your own little clique, your own little Christian tribe or this belief system or that belief system, you're not pulling anybody in. You don't make anybody want to be like you. You want to be different? Do what the Bible says. It says in Exodus to be blessed, listen to the voice of God and obey it. Do what the Bible says. Stop spreading hate. Christians are some of the worst backbiters in the world that I've seen. When I was in the food industry, I saw a lot of Christians on Sunday that didn't tip, talked about everybody constantly. I've seen that my whole life. Don't be like that. This morning I was driving to work in the snow and I was listening to Psalms. You want to know why David had so much favor with God? How he said he's a man after my own heart? Because he had a good relationship with God. He prayed every day. He prayed for his enemies. He prayed against other enemies. He prayed that he was a better person constantly. And David prayed without ceasing. He also obeyed. Obedience. That's something that a lot of people don't like. I mean, there's even times I don't like to obey. Because your average person has a lot of pride. But David was unique in his walk with God because he talked to him every day, every night. He slept very little. Yeah, he messed up. He did things. He slept with this woman, sent her husband off to war to die, wanted to marry her, and all this stuff. I'm not saying David was perfect. But man, he had a good walk with God. He had a good relationship with God because of his obedience, because of his daily relationship, praying and singing and dancing. Everything that he did, he knew where he came from a young boy, had everything to do with God. As Christians, we need to be more like David a little bit. A little bit like David, a little bit like Paul. Paul had great outreach. He wrote many letters to churches around the world. He did everything that he could to glorify heaven, to glorify God. And David did a lot of things that were correct. And that's why God used Paul and used David, because of obedience. Obedience is important. If you're a parent and your kids never listen to anything that you say, that sucks. It's frustrating, especially when you know that you know what's best for that kid, to keep them safe, to not choke on a Lego, whatever. Read more, pray more, obey.